Hey there, this is Vin and Pip's channel, Covenant of Promise. Um, Today I'm going to be reading Job 29. Um, I do plan on reading the whole book of Job pretty soon, which I've just done. And yeah, wow, that's so amazing. But let's just hit off on Job 29 because that just blows all the ships out of the water as far as I'm concerned. So here we go, Job 29. Moreover, Job continued in his parable and said, "Oh, that I were as in months past, as in the days when Jehovah preserved me, when his candle shined upon my head, and when his light I walked through darkness, as I was in the days of my youth, when the secret of Jehovah was upon my tabernacle, when the Almighty was yet with me, when my children were about me, when I washed my steps with butter, and the rock poured me out rivers of oil." So butter and milk did he eat, so he made discern what is good from evil. So he washed Job's steps with butter, and the rock of his salvation, Yeshua, poured me out rivers of oil, rivers of righteousness, like the righteousness that ran down the beard of Aaron. Yeah, his covenant. Yeah, and he was teaching that. When I went out to the gate, Job was a watchman. Yeah, get onto this. Through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street, the young men saw me and hid themselves, and the aged arose. So people were terrified of his words because they knew they were the truth, and they convicted everyone that walked in the gate. The young men saw me and hid themselves. The aged arose and stood up. The princes refrained talking and laid their hands on their mouths. The nobles held their peace, and their tongue cleaved to the roof of their mouths. When the ear heard me, then it blessed me, and when the eye saw me, it gave witness to me. Because I delivered the poor that cried, and the fatherless, and him that had none to help him. The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. So he did all the things. He gathered up the widow. He looked after the fatherless. He did all the things. He was fulfilling the royal law, standing in the gate, man. Job's amazing.
Matthew 5.
So the blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put righteousness, his covenants, and it clothed me. My judgment was a robe and a diadem. So he was made a king in his judgment in righteousness. Once my land was full of prayer, Strong's judgment. Once my land was full of judgment and righteousness, the oil ran down the beard of Aaron, saying exactly the same thing. I put on righteousness and it clothed me. My judgment was a robe and a diadem. I was eyes to the blind and feet I was to the lame. I was a father to the poor, and the cause which I knew not, I searched out. I proved all things, yeah? And I break the jaws of the wicked and pluck the spoil out of his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my nest, and I shall multiply my days as the sand. My root was spread out by the waters, and the dew lay all night upon my branch. My glory was fresh in me, and my bow was renewed in my hand. Unto me men gave ear, and waited, and kept silent at my counsel. After my words they spake not again, and my speech dropped upon them. And they waited for me, as for the rain, and they opened their mouth wide, as for the latter rain. If I laughed on them, they believed it not, and the light of my countenance they cast not down. I chose out their way, and sat chief, and dwelt as a king in the army, as one that comforteth the mourners. Blessed are the ones that mourn.
Matthew 5.
Yeah, Beatitudes. So he's mourning, yeah, for the lost, and he's standing in the gate, in righteousness, yeah, and teaching the people the ways of the Most High. I mean, what can you say? Job's a watchman, is he not? Till next time, until I read the whole thing.